Welcome to Chem Between Us. Between us today, let's talk about interconversions between the three states of matter. We will talk about the names of the interconversions, how they are achieved, and the changes in arrangement, movement, and energy of the particles.
First, let's talk about the changing state between solid and liquid. The change of state from solid to liquid is called melting. Melting point is the temperature at which the solid melts. Initially, the particles in the solid can only vibrate about in a fixed position.
When solid is heated, the particles gain kinetic energy and vibrate faster. Basically, the thermal energy provided by the heat source is transferred to the kinetic energy in the particles, which makes the particles in the solid to vibrate faster and faster. Between the particles, there are forces of attraction holding them together.
As the particles are able to vibrate more, the energy that they have eventually overcomes some forces of attraction between them, and the forces of attraction between the particles are no longer strong enough to hold the particles in fixed positions. As a result, the particles are able to move around each other, and this is when the solid melts to form a liquid.
However, at this stage, the particles have not gained enough energy to completely separate from each other, so they only slide across each other while still touching.
The state change from liquid to gas is called boiling. Boiling point is the temperature at which a liquid boils. The stronger the forces of attraction between particles, the higher the boiling point, due to more energy required to overcome these forces of attraction. When liquid is heated, the particles gain kinetic energy and move faster. This increased movement causes particles to become further apart, as the increased energy helps them overcome the forces of attraction. Particles are eventually able to separate from each other, moving quickly, and this is when the liquid becomes a gas.
Moving the other way, the change from gas to liquid is called condensation. When gas is cooled, the particles lose kinetic energy and move slower. When the particles bump into each other, they do not have sufficient energy to separate again. The attractive forces hold these particles together closely, and the gas turns into a liquid. Despite not having enough energy to separate completely to form a gas, the particles in a liquid still have sufficient energy to slide across each other. The change of state from liquid to solid is called freezing. Freezing point is the temperature at which the liquid freezes. When the liquid is cooled, energy is removed from the particles and they lose kinetic energy, meaning the particles will move around more and more slowly. Eventually, the particles no longer have the energy to slide over each other. The attractive forces between them hold them in a fixed position, and the particles pack more closely together into a solid. However, the particles still vibrate about in a fixed position, and this is when the liquid freezes to form a solid. There are also two unique state changes called sublimation and deposition. The state change from solid to gas is called sublimation. Some substances can directly change from solid to gas. When a solid is heated, the particles gain kinetic energy and vibrate faster. Eventually, the particles overcome the forces of attraction and turn into gas straight away. Likewise, there is also a state change called deposition, which refers to the direct change of state from gas to solid without passing the liquid state. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to hear more of Chem Between Us. It's free and we would appreciate your support. See you next time.